I was just thinking about how fortunate you actually are to live in the day and age that you actually live in. And I was thinking about like just the simple fact of somebody sitting there telling you that you can do something, or having somebody that's just giving you encouragement. And that is something that nobody else has had until this generation, where it's actually a thing. Just giving you encouragement, whatever it is. Maybe it is giving you some escapism, um, just whatever, right? But there's never been a time where this has happened where you can do that. And, even if you were the one person that wanted to encourage other people to speak out, to tell people that they can do something, and actually make a real positive difference in this world, they couldn't do it because there was no infrastructure there. And now we have this infrastructure that is free, it's easy, um, anybody could do it. I just think about like how wonderful it actually is to see this opportunity, to see how you can step up and be part of something that is really just cool. Um, I am just, I think that you're just like so fortunate at this moment. I think about growing up and feeling alone, isolated, feeling kind of like a weirdo, right? And there was no way to turn to anything. The thing that I had probably remotely to this was like church. I think about that, like how crazy that is, where you can get together and just think about things. But the messages that are told in church are far different than what you hear. Like, for example, in my podcast that I'm talking about here, maybe there's some strong overlaps with them in terms of being a good person, right? Focusing on that. But other than that, there's lots of things that I don't believe in that area. And I think like, wait a minute, maybe I'm not the only one that is like this and that could use it, and just being encouraging, like, to believe that, hey, some things are really true, like science, for example. We know a lot of, like some basic things that seem spectacularly, like, not, like, this is not, it's not rocket science, but nobody is sort of doing this kind of stuff, and you don't get access to that of just encouragement. We didn't get access to that years ago, of somebody that was like actually doing this, the whole science thing, or doing the entrepreneurship thing and telling the story of how to do it, and how challenging it is. I think about the older generation. Um, Somebody is just walking, and I'm in my car right now, and somebody is just walking in front of me with a walker, and she's much older than I am. And I think about this generation of, man, it was a lot harder to not have access to that, to know that there's not somebody there to say, wait a minute, it's okay. Um, give you encouragement, to walk you through things, to say, we're all in this together in a lot of ways, right? Like, we are. That's the human experience, is knowing that, man, life is not going to be fun, but you can get through that. But if you don't have that, if there's nobody around that's telling you, it's an isolating experience. Like, I remember just feeling so alone. That's like the most central thing that I remember feeling growing up. Was just alone. Um, but here we are. We're in a situation where you don't have to be. You can be I grew up in this little tiny dinky town, and this little tiny dinky town, a lot of the people had much different views than me in terms of, how the world works. Um, and if I only had something like that, I could imagine like my life would be a lot different. I just want to say thanks for being there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being part of this community. Um, it's pretty freaking awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. And I appreciate the fact that you're here, and you're not alone. There's many other people that are out there that are just like you, that are dealing with things, that believe in a lot of the views that maybe you believe in. Maybe I have my own views that are different, distinct, but um, there's a lot of things that I think I probably am pretty mainstream, quote unquote. Um, but nobody is talking about that. And I just want to say, hey, just keep going. Um, keep being a good person. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day.